Microphone check. Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome to the School of Science. My name is Luke and this is our new transfer announcements. Now, I haven't really done anything like this before, but I've talked about transfers and everything coming in and going out and everything, but I figured to do this one just because it's one that's happened today. I would like to get on it while the iron's hot, let my feelings be known and discuss how I think we could utilise them in the best way possible. So who I'm on about is Jesper Lindstrøm. So we've just got him on loan from Napoli. We are paying a fee of about £2 million to have him on loan, and we've also got a option to buy for him at around 20 million. Well, it says 22 million euro, so it's around 20 million pounds roughly. At the end of the season, if we like him, because the thing is, he hasn't really hit it off at Napoli, unfortunately. He's had some minutes, so he's had about 20 starts. He hasn't been able to have any goal contributions, but when you look at the averages, he's averaging around, say, 15 to 20 minutes per game, so he's kind of been trying to come in as like an impact player off the bench when it comes to Napoli. Whereas over in Frankfurt, so over in the Bundesliga, when he was playing there, so he had about 57 starts, he's had 12 goals, 9 assists, with an average of around 340 minutes per goal. So he's basically scoring roughly around 1 in 5 over there, and as an attacking midfielder, that's really good. Now bear in mind, he can play, his main role is a number 10, that's according to Transfer Market, but he can also play on the either side of the wing. Now what I expect Sean Dyche to do is have him playing off to the right, because we've got Iliman and Dye. So Iliman and Dye is going to be the second striker or even the number 10 role, and I think he's going to be feeding Lindstrøm, or Lindstrøm is going to be feeding him, because Sean Dyche's style of play, he likes his hard graft, he likes to let the opposition have their possession and then catch him on the counter. So he's got these pacey lads in, so he's got the likes of Indai, he's got the likes of Burnham, he's got the likes of Lindstrøm now. And obviously he's trying to get Jack Harrison's pace up. So what I'm seeing here at the moment is you're looking at a potential front four of Jack Harrison on the left, Iliman and Dye in the middle, Lindstrøm on the right, with Chimiti up front. Because Chimiti does have he has a little bit of a leg about him as well. He's got a bit of legs on him. So he's definitely looking towards that sort of angle, the way I'm looking at the way these transfers are being structured. This is more likely what's going on with Thelwell and Dyche when it comes to these things. So, looking at his reels and everything like that, everyone looks at the YouTube videos and highlight reels. He is extremely fast. He is extremely tricky as well. He loves to do his little Cruyff turns. He loves to do his little pirouettes. He likes to do his step overs. He likes to do all that sort of stuff. He has a nice little thing about him, but this can be a bit of a double-edged sword in all honesty. When it comes to the Premier League, we're a very hard-hitting league when it comes down to it. You start doing stuff like that in the Premier League, and there's a good chance if you're doing that against, I'd say, the likes of a Man City, or you do this against the likes of an Arsenal, or even a Man United, what's probably going to happen is you're going to end up having a player leaving a leg out or hacking your legs down if you make a fool out of them a couple of times. That's the case in point of being in the Prem, unfortunately. But I've got high confidence that he's actually going to do really well this season. He's not going to be able to, I don't think he's going to be featuring against Salford tomorrow. I'm going to be doing about that, a little video about that, a little pre-match one as well, so keep an eye out for that one. So I think he's probably going to feature for Coventry. I think he's probably going to come on half-time and have a 45 minutes, just for the fact that he's only been announced today, and I don't think there's going to be enough time for him to really get on the grass and train with the lads. I haven't seen any training videos either, so I don't think he's even been in the training sessions or anything like that. If he does feature, I think it's going to be one of those where he's going to be on the bench and it's going to be a last 5 or 10 minutes just to sort of get his legs out and just to try and get an understanding of how the team functions, how we play and whatnot. That's my case, and that's my thought on it myself. But I'm excited. I am excited to see how he plays, because he definitely has something about him. He's a hard-working player. He's young. He's only 24 years old. He's quick. He's tricky. He's not easily to tears off the ball either. So I think he's going to be one that, if he does well for us in the loan periods, we will definitely be, you know, putting the chips down and buying him for that 20 million euro. But anyway, guys, I do think that's everything I can say really about him. I'm confident that he's actually going to do well. I mean, the way the transfer is going at the moment, I think we need a couple more centre-backs. We do need to look at a left-back. I'm not too sure about right-backs just at the moment, just for the fact that we've got about 4 players at the moment in that right-back position. One of the young lads against Sligo Rovers, I can't even remember his name. Maxon, I think it is. I'll put it down here. He was absolutely brilliant against Sligo, and I do think he's going to be one who's going to be breaking into the squad and giving Patterson, Ashley Young and even Coleman a little reason to look over the shoulders in the training sessions, definitely. Is it Maxon? No, Nixon, I think his name was. But yeah. So, again, centre-back, a left-back, maybe even 2 left-backs if we can. Someone who can play hybrid centre-back or even left-back or left centre-back. Someone along those lines. I do think we probably need to look at a number 6 and possibly even another striker as well. I know Calvert-Lewin is, he's currently, you know, doing his whole... He's not even spitting the dummy. This is one thing I need to bear in mind, guys. We can't display any hate for Calvert-Lewin at the moment. This is what they do. Players will do this thing. I mean, Branthwaite, according to the Daily Mail... I mean, as we know, the Daily Mail's a glorified version of the Onion. They're an onion, the Onion with a serious face. They will pull anything out of their hat and say, "Oh yes, this is genuine news." They're a joke of a media organisation. They are an absolute joke. They will pull anything out of thin air and say this is official news and whatnot. They're probably the people who came out with the whole thing of the Queen being a lizard. Wouldn't surprise me, actually. But yeah, I've heard that whole thing around Jad Branthwaite saying, "Oh, I want the money the Man United's offered me of 160 grand a week." We're never going to give him that. That's never going to happen. I don't even think that was what the thing was. I think what happened with Branthwaite is he's probably turned around and said, "Look, I've got 3 years left on my contract. I want to play out this season and I want to see what goes on." Because chances are that there's still a reasonable chance that after this season he could end up going off to the likes of Real Madrid, PSG, or even Man City, or Dortmund, Bayern Munich. He's a very highly rated centre-back at the moment. Very young and a lot of promise. Now, we just need to make sure he wasn't a one-season wonder. Get his boots on the ground, get him going. And I think, again, with Tarkowski at his side, he's going to do great again this season. I do think the more those two play together, they're going to understand each other a lot more. And over the course of this season, I think more clean sheets are going to be aplenty. Hopefully Mykolenko gets himself back into shape. And I'm hoping Patterson finds some form as well. I really want Nathan Patterson to do well. I really do. He's a young lad. He's got a lot of talent about him. He's a good personality as well. So I want him to do well. So I think this season is paramount for Everton. I'm expecting us to be somewhere around the mid-table this season. I don't think we're going to go on the European charge as of yet. If we get the European charge going on, let's say for argument's sake, this is the best case scenario for Everton. Absolute best case scenario. All chips on the table. We bust the top 6. We get 6th place. We win the Carabao Cup. And we get ourselves to the FA Cup semi-final. We fall short at Man City. That's my thought as the best case scenario for us. We actually win a trophy we haven't won yet. Because bear in mind, we have not won the Carabao Cup. Back even farther back as when it was the Milk Cup, the Cup, or the sorry, the FA Cup was the Milk Cup, wasn't it? I think it was. The Carling Cup or the League Cup, should we call it? I think we will actually get well up there if everything goes our way. If there's no stupid decisions by referees, if there's no stupid decisions by VAR, if there's no points deductions, which there shouldn't be, because right now Everton are in the green by about, I think it's about 50 million euros at the moment. We are in the green by about 50 million euros at the moment, if I'm not mistaken. So there's absolutely no reason on this earth for us to be in any form of financial trouble. So I think going into this, we've got a nice clean record. We've got potential new owners at some point this season coming in. I know things with Freaking Group have gone a bit stale right now, just for the fact of the whole 777 thing. But I'm not concerned about that in the slightest. Our final season at Goodison is going to be a good one. I can promise you that, guys. If we end up mid-table, we end up mid-table. I do not see us being anywhere near 15th or even 14th. I think we're going to be somewhere around 6 to 12. Somewhere along that bracket there, I think that's where we're going to be. But in any case, guys, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. Now, before we finish, I'd just like to give Rob again another shout out here. So, Rob does all these. He makes absolutely amazing artwork. He's got a Twitter. It's all in the description down below. Go over to there, show him some support. On top of that, if you don't want to be paying, if you don't want to, you know, spend money on these and you want to get something that's a little bit more digital, he also has the phone wallpapers. I do not have one on my phone at the moment. I'm waiting for the third one to come out, the nice black and yellow one. I want to see that because that kit looks absolutely spot on. Now, talking about the Gasol kits, I do think they really need to sort of work on the quality a little bit, but that's a whole nother video. But yeah, definitely go give him some support. He absolutely deserves it 10 times over. But yeah, in any case, guys, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy the Salford game. While that Salford game's going on, I'm getting a bloody tattoo on my back fixed. Well, I say fixed up. It's getting filled in. There's a lot of work still to go on with it. But yeah, again, for the final time, guys, have a great weekend. Up the fucking toffees and peace.